Greetings and welcome to my Wednesday ramblings. This week is the third week of the message series, Pure Unspoilt Religion. As we've said over these 2 weeks so far, the theme comes from the passage from the letter of James, where James tells the people that pure unspoilt religion in the eyes of God is to come to the aid of widows and orphans and to keep oneself uncontaminated from the world. But he then goes on to tell them that they must, in fact, not just hear the word of God, but they must listen. Or should that be, they must not just listen, but they really must hear what the word of God is saying. And it's one of the challenges that occurs frequently that Jesus addresses the scribes and the Pharisees and the religious leaders. They hear what they want to hear without actually understanding what Jesus is saying. Over the last 2 weeks, we've also heard from the prophet Isaiah telling us how the Lord is going to be, firstly, the one who comes and gives sight to the blind and restores the gift of speech to those who are dumb. Today, we hear in a passage which is used also in the Wednesday of Holy Week, the story of the suffering servant, the one who is going to be punished or at least sacrificed for the good of the people. And Jesus in the gospel today is asking, Jesus in the gospel this weekend is asking the disciples, who do people say I am? And it comes back to this whole notion of there is a preconception about who the Messiah will be, what he's going to do, how he's going to appear. And they fail to recognize Jesus in their midst. And most of the words that James uses, the challenges that James uses, is about how we care for the least in our midst, the people who are in need of support, care, comfort, and looking after. It's not good enough just to say we think about them or we'll pray for them. What is it that we actually do for them? And that's the kind of Messiah that Jesus is. Not the one who comes to get recognition and grandeur and acclaim, but rather the suffering servant who is prepared to give of himself so completely that we might have life and have it to the full. So what is pure, unspoilt religion? I suspect it's something like the way Jesus calls us to care for the least of our brothers and sisters, to see him in those who are needy in our midst, but most of all to welcome him, to welcome those whom we meet, and to make for them the opportunity that they might know and to experience the love of God. Why? Because we dare to care for them, we dare to love them, and we dare to give them the opportunity to know the wisdom and the love of God in their everyday. Look forward to seeing you next week on my Wednesday ramblings. Don't forget to call in and see what I'm doing on my homilies over this week, but just really to think about what it is in your life that is pure, unspoilt religion. Be adventurous, take care, and enjoy your week.